Hello everybody, thanks for joining me for this quick video to show you how one of our plumbing trucks here at David LeRoy Plumbing is put together for the benefit of the technician and the customer. We've got plenty of tools and materials on board. On this side of the van you can see there's a couple of extension cords hanging. However, I don't know when we'll use extension cords. All the tools inside of these trucks are cordless tools. We have hoses for draining things, assorted hoses. We have a well tee right here for pulling well pumps. We have two different styles of curb keys for shutting the water off to homes when we have to replace main water valves or main water lines. We have a manhole hook, a couple of sorted plungers, and brooms. Moving on to the inside of the truck, we got this top ladder rack where we have two different size ladders. We have a 6-foot and a 4-foot ladder. There's an appliance cart in here for moving large appliances such as water heaters around. We have a dig and iron, a spade shovel, a flat shovel, and a rake for cleaning up yards. On this side of the truck, we've got the first bin on the top shelf is all 3-inch and 4-inch PVC drainage fitting. Then we go into an assortment of bathroom faucets. We have faucets for the bathroom sink and for the bathtub. Quite a few to pick from, so when we show up, you won't just have one to select from. We'll have quite a few of them with different finishes. Kitchen faucets, again, about 5 different kitchen faucets to pick from. Then more tubular drainage down there, a sump pump, or 2 sump pumps, 3 expansion tanks for water heater expansion tanks, and plenty of tubing for like ice maker tubing. Moving on to this side of the truck, as far as material and supplies goes, we carry piping. We carry a ton of piping. There's drainage piping, there's PEX supply piping, there's red, there's blue, there's 1/2 inch, there's 3/4 inch, there's copper, type L copper, and PVC drainage piping. We've got enough piping up there, we could basically show up and repipe a house and it'd have everything they needed on the truck. As you move on to these bins, over here we have all kinds of paint for marking the ground. We have lubricants, we have adhesives, we have cleaners for PEX or PVC piping. We have flags for marking where we plan to excavate in case there's snow on the ground. And then as far as pipe fittings go, inside of these bins we have, here's our press fittings. We don't solder anymore, folks. That's for the guys who pretty much don't want to let go of the old ways of plumbing. Everything is pressed when it comes to copper. These things are awesome. They won't leak. If it's done correctly, they won't leak. And so we have to keep them clean. There are O-rings up inside of these. You put them on, you press them on. They're heavy duty fittings. They'll last longer than the piping will. And so we have them inside of boxes with lids to keep them clean so that we know they're going to work 100% every time when we show up. That's the 1/2 inch press fittings. Then we have 1/2 inch PEX fittings. And then we have 3/4 inch PEX fittings, 3/4 inch press fittings. Then we have drainage fittings. We even have a Milwaukee cordless closet auger. So we can clean urinals and toilets and even push this out a little bit beyond the actual porcelain fixture into the piping if need be. It's a great little tool. Our plumbers all carry digital combustion analyzers. If you think you have a gas pipe leak in your home, ask them. There's no charge. Our plumber will leak check your home, all the gas piping, no additional charge. If we ever suspect a leak, we do some gas piping, we check our work, we make sure there's no leaks. We have valves on board for all kinds of press valves, PEX valves, boiler drains, gas valves, laundry valves, you name it. We have everything we need. We show up to your home. I'm not going to say 100% of the time, but close to 90% of the time, we're going to have what we need to fix everything. Water filtration parts inside here, plenty of sediment filters and complete cartridges if you want one installed. As we move on, the plumbers all carry plenty of drop cloths on board for put down on the floor so we don't leave any marks on your floors. We leave your home as clean or cleaner than we found it. They have assorted black iron pipe fittings for gas piping. They have flexible CSST gas piping and all the fittings needed to install water heaters and the such. They have fittings and switches to work on effluent pumps, sewage pumps, sand mound pumps, grinder pumps, and flue gas piping for water heaters are right here. Okay, and then here we have the most important container in the truck. This is our PPE, personal protective equipment, that each technician has on board. It's got a disposable coveralls, a hard hat, high visibility vests for working in traffic, safety glasses, earplugs, a first aid kit. They've got caution tape in here and face masks. Okay, on this side of the truck, on the bottom, there's plenty of empty shelving for the technician to put his own personal hand tools. Then we have one of these brand new Milwaukee cordless drain cleaning machines for cleaning mainline clogs out to the street. This thing is a beast. It's awesome. We can clean all kinds of drain piping. We got about 150 feet of cable on board the truck to go out. That'll get us on any drain as far as we need to go. Then you have a well tank here. So how many plumbers do you call have a well tank on the truck ready to go? We've got it, and it's the right size too. We have 2 water heaters to pick from, or I'm sorry, two toilets to pick from, and over here are cordless tools. We have a cordless pressing tool. We can press PEX piping and press copper press fittings. We have a cordless hammer drill, SDS drill, and then we have a cordless sawzall, and we have a large assortment of hole saw bits from small all the way up to 5-inch. Then we have a Milwaukee cordless shop vac and another cordless hand snake drill that you would use on your smaller drain lines to say kitchen sinks and whatnot. Then we have a cordless air compressor for putting air in well tanks and expansion tanks. We have a cordless transfer pump for draining water heaters and such. Okay, now to this side of the truck, as far as materials and supplies go, we carry a large amount of rubber surgical gloves to keep the plumber's hands clean, keep them sanitary. They sometimes have to work with dirty drain piping and the such, so they have that. We have paper shoe covers to protect our customers' homes. We wear them on every service call. They have scrubs for cleaning their hands, trash bags, and a fire extinguisher. Very important to have the fire extinguisher on board. We never have to use them, thank goodness, but if we do, it's there. And then when it comes to the supplies, everything is in these nice plastic pull-out bins. They're kept nice and clean. Like in here, you can see all the supply tubes for in a home. There's dishwasher supply tubes, there's lavatory supply tubes, there's kitchen faucet supply tubes, toilet supply tubes, and clothes washer valves. Faucet repair parts, we've got parts for, I'd say, about 80% of what we run into out there for your common brands of faucets. We should have what we need when we show up. I'm not guaranteeing we always will, but we try. And then as you move down, there's plenty of drainage pipe fittings. There's tub spouts, shower heads, waste and overflows for bathtubs, sink strainers for kitchen sinks. There's hanger material. There's hose faucets from 6-inch all the way up to 15-inch freeze-proof hose faucets inside of this bin. Supply tube or supply shutoff valves, we call them supply stops, inside of this one. We should have whatever we need. If the valve under your toilet or under your sink is leaking and needs replaced, we've got a replacement for it. We have electrical to take care of all of the basic electrical that we might be involved with anything we do in your home. And as we move on down, water heater parts, we've got, again, all of the common water heater parts that can go bad. We have them on the truck, so we can almost always fix whatever happens to cause the problem with your water heater. For toilets, we've got, again, about 80% of what you need to repair common toilets. We've got one bin here dedicated to just flappers, another one for flush valves and fill valves, and another one for wax seals and flanges. Then we have well pump parts. We can have all the common parts needed for getting your water running again. If you're on a well pump and it breaks down on a weekend or an evening, we have what we need. Come out, troubleshoot it, and get it fixed. As I said earlier, we stock a well tank on board the truck, and we have everything we need to pipe that in and get you back up and running. In the back here, there's more wipes that guys can use for keeping clean, and 2 garbage disposals, and then 2 toilets to pick from. We buy these box trucks pretty much plain when we get them. Normally we don't get them with a door in the back. This one just happens to have one. But we usually get LED lighting, plenty of lighting in the side for the technician to see all of the materials and tools that he has. At night, for those nighttime calls, it's really appreciated. We have a non-skid spray liner installed inside the truck to help them because in the winter it can get slippery in there. There's no heat in the back of the truck, so if it gets below freezing and it gets wet, it turns to ice, so we want to have non-skid in there. Also, this bumper can get pretty slippery as well, so we have them spray this with a non-skid as well for the safety of our technicians in the wintertime. They all come, well, they don't come with all the time. If they don't come with, we have it added a hitch. We do have a jetter for hydro-jetting drain piping that needs a really good cleaning. We can tow a jetter with this or another type of trailer, and of course the light hookup. They all come with a backup camera so that just for safety, we can back these big things into a spot much easier that way. Also, on the side of the truck, we have added a ladder and pipe rack. You know, I don't know about you, but I don't want to climb up there. I think it's about 9 foot high to the top of the truck. You'll see a lot of our competitors, they'll put the ladder rack and pipe rack on the top of the truck. And then how do you get there? There's a ladder going up the side. It's slippery, it's dangerous. So we put our ladder rack on the side of the truck. We can almost fit everything we need inside the truck, but if we can't, we'll have it put it on the outside of the truck right here, and it's safe for our technician. He doesn't have to get up on a ladder to reach it if it's heavy, or to remove it again from the side of the truck. And when they're all done, they just fold in nicely so they're not a hazard. The last thing I want to say, you know, one of these trucks, it's not cheap to put it on the road. You're looking at close to $80,000 in materials, tools, and a new truck, and all of the upfits it needs to get this thing on the road. About $80,000. We put an easy pass inside the truck so that our technicians can feel comfortable taking the fastest way to get from job to job. They don't have to go around the turnpike. If the turnpike helps them get to your home, then that's the way they're going to go, to get there as fast as possible. They have GPS in them to help them for navigating, and also if they get lost, the office can tell where they're at and help them to find where they need to go. They also have chargers inside. You saw all of the cordless Milwaukee tools. Well, they have a truck charger for charging those batteries. They don't have to charge them in the customer's home. They can charge them in the truck. And also, they have an iPad and an iPhone they can use those both for contacting you, and everything we do is paperless. So they'll do the work order and the invoice on the iPad and email it to you when the job is complete. They'll do that. And you know, these things work hard all day long. They need to charge them. They have 2 chargers inside the truck to keep both the iPad and the iPhone charged up and ready to go. Please give us a call.